Alright, I had 488 subscribers when I started this. By the time this video is over, I expect that number to go down drastically. What's going on, everybody? Deacon here, and I had a conversation with a couple of guys at work, but then also somebody said something recently to me that shows me that this video is much needed. This video is long overdue. And that was somebody pretty much saying they kind of went through my channel looking at videos, and they noticed that when it came to, police brutality and things that have been going on, that I haven't really made any videos since the Mike Brown incident. I made a video called Moving Forward, talking about what I was going to do from that moment on, and then that was pretty much it. Since then, we had Eric Gardner, we had Freddie Gray, which is in Baltimore, which is about maybe an hour away from me, and then the two gentlemen, Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, and just how I haven't spoken or haven't said anything. And kind of like, calling me out saying that I basically got my head buried in the sand. I'm too busy going on about my own life, my own personal life, and not worried about what's going on in the Black community. And I'm going to say the same thing I said to them, but to share with you guys as well, is that that's so far from the truth. I'm well aware of what's going on. I see what's going on. I see what's being done. But just like I said in my Moving Forward video, I'm tired of talking. Of course, I don't knock people who protest. I don't knock people who speak out and do countless videos talking about things that we should be doing in the Black community. But I'm one of these people that once you make me aware of something and I pay attention to it and it draws my interest, I just start doing. I don't spend too much time talking about it or have to tell everybody, hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because I'm showing how much I really care about whatever it is that I'm drawn towards. So in this case, about the Black community, want to build up the Black community. Yeah, I can go gung-ho and be talking about, yeah, I'm supporting the Black community in this, I'm doing that. My angle was I wanted to start supporting financially. After the whole Michael Brown thing happened, I did what I said I was going to do, and I started supporting Black businesses, started supporting buying stuff for places that were Black owned. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm doing my part with my money, because to me personally, I believe that money speaks more volumes, at least in the United States of America, than any other ism or schism. Whoever could come to the table with more money kind of makes the rules. They do make the rules. So I started doing that. But this was the issue that got me. I noticed I was the only one doing it. And it's just, it just discouraged me. When I mean only one, I mean as far as people that I know, people, I know Facebook is my drug of choice. I mention certain things and it's like nobody else is excited about it, and I'm sharing these things and it just seems like, I'll admit, I let the discouragement get to me. I was like, well, since nobody else in this community that I know or close to or even talking about it mention it, why should I keep on going with this? Why am I going to keep on paying twice as much for certain items that I can get somewhere else like Walmart or something cheaper if I see that nobody else is unified in this goal of doing this? But the whole reason why I haven't been making a whole bunch of videos about this particular topic or this particular subject, because within the Black community, I hear a lot of great ideas, how we should have more lawyers and judges, how we should do more schools and more educations, how we should have more Black owned businesses, support Black owned businesses. I mean, just many great ideas. But the problem I personally see is that all these great ideas are all spread out all over the place, and we haven't found that one thing, or if we have, I missed it, but we haven't found that one thing that we unify in the middle, say we could do this, we accomplish it, we do it well, and then from that foundation we branch off to other things. Like, for example, when the whole thing happened, there was a gentleman on my Facebook page. I guess you could say he finally awakened, like he was just going through life, just doing whatever he wants to do. But now he's more motivated to support all Black everything. And he was saying, how we should start putting our money into Black banks, just support Black businesses only on that particular Saturday, so on and so forth. And to me, it sounds like a great idea, because it's just to say, all right, we have a voice and we're going to show you that we have a voice. It's not to say that because we're Black, we're better than everybody else, because that's one thing. That's a different video I'm going to talk about, because somebody had an issue with my Black love video, but that's another video that I'm going to talk about. But I will say this: we are human beings, but as human beings, we still have differences. Until you acknowledge what makes us different, you will never be able to embrace what makes us the same. But that's another video. So with him saying all of these things, I'm just thinking to myself, man, this is great. But then I started asking people on social media, like, all right, so who has actually put their money in a Black-owned bank? And other than one lady, because her church is predominantly Black and they have their own credit union, she said she's belonged to it since 2003. Nobody else said nothing. And it's like, I am one of these people. You know how, this is probably the the worst analogy I can use, but it's the best one I can think of. You know, the stereotypical thing that when a man and woman are about to go out on a date, and usually the guy gets ready faster and he's waiting on his significant other or lady to get ready so then they can go and be where they have to be. That's kind of like how I feel with the black community. It's not that I'm not doing anything at all, because I'm the type of person that before I start telling other people what they need to do, I got to make sure that I'm doing it and my house is in order first. But I'm one of these people that's like, I'm ready to go. If we all say that as a community, we are all going to do this. Like, for example, let's just say for a month, we're going to all boycott Walmart. Then I'll be like, all right, let's go. I'm all in. Of course, there are 100 things I think of when I'm at Walmart, because of course, everyone knows you go in there for 2 things, you end up walking out with 20. But if we were going to say as a collective group, we're going to boycott Walmart, but in doing so, we're doing it because we want Walmart to speak out on this issue here. If we did that, I'm on board. If it's something collective that we all agree on that we're going to do, I'm on board, but it has to be something practical and it has to be something simple. Because I hear a lot of people making a lot of good statements, and people are catching on and listening, but anytime you try to get a large number of group of people to do something, to unify on something, it has to be something small, it has to be something basic. It has to be something that no matter how ridiculous it is or no ridiculous it sounds, people are like, but I can do it. Perfect example with the gorilla that got shot at the Cincinnati Zoo. You saw how quickly a group of people got together to make a petition to try to get the woman in trouble for an endangered animal getting shot. And even though to most of us that's like the dumbest thing you could possibly do, they were organized and doing it. And I would want to see the same thing. I'm not going to be one of these people that act like that there aren't individuals out here trying to make things happen. It's just that we're so spread thin trying to accomplish these goals that it makes it look like in the black community we're not doing anything to try to better ourselves, strengthen ourselves, because there are a lot of people doing a lot of great things that they're either not getting the acknowledgement or not getting the platform that they deserve to speak out on these things. Like, this is the last thing I want to mention. When Ray Lewis, the football player from the Baltimore Ravens, he did his speech talking about how, you know, he was upset about the killings going on in Baltimore and the killings going on in Chicago, and then pretty much called out Black Lives Matter. I personally was upset about that because with the platform that he has and him, you know, having a home in Florida, but then also having a home in Baltimore, if he would have taken the time to give in a group, because I work with a gentleman from Baltimore, and he talks about how there's a group in Baltimore called the 300 Men March, and how every Friday they march from the East Baltimore to West Baltimore. Mr. Lewis, at that time that he had that platform and had that audience, could have mentioned them and could have said, because they're a group that fights inner city violence in the city of Baltimore. And if he would have taken that opportunity to shout them out, to give them that platform, to make a call out to black people in the community, or just all people in the community, to support this group, it would have given them the platform they needed, give them more support that they needed, that they could then make a bigger impact in their community. But instead, like we always do, we always point out the ones that have the biggest names. We always want the people like Oprah, Michael Jordan, or Will Smith, or anybody else, Beyonce. We always want the celebrities, the big names, those who got all this money to do things outwardly and to speak outwardly, to knock these things out because they have a bigger platform. But we also have a voice to kind of uplift and to push out these other groups that are doing the work, that are doing the things that we demand, that we desire, that we want to see. And I just want to see more of that. So maybe I myself got to make more videos like these. I don't know. But, you know, I'd rather do more so than talk. So I'm going to get back on, you know, supporting black businesses, supporting financially, because I think I can make a bigger impact that way, because as of right now, I have the means to do so. So I might as well take advantage of it. Just like with my avatar. My avatar, you know, I could have did what most people did. You just take a picture and, you know, use it as your avatar. But I got the couple from the Six Show, Sid Vish, did my avatar for my channel, and I paid them for it. You know, they asked for a specific price and I happily obliged and did it. I didn't have to, but I wanted to because I wanted to support. When I see people doing great things that can help them out, I'm willing to support, especially when I know they're not trying to get over. But that's a whole nother video itself. But I'm gonna stop for now. You know, tell me what you think in the comment section below. I know I've been rambling and said a lot. This is, you know, pretty much off the top of my head. This is probably one of the longest videos I've made in a while. But that's just how I feel. You know, it's not to say that, you know, the black community is better than any other community. I'm not one of these people who, you know, but I take pride in who I am as a man of African descent in this country. I know where I stand. I know where the society is right now. I understand that this country is getting better, but I acknowledge all of it. I acknowledge its past. I acknowledge the present. I acknowledge where it could potentially go. But as of right here, right now, there are certain things I want to see. But I'm all in. When it comes to talking about certain issues, I'm all in. I'm already seeing great things. I want to see even greater things. I'm not going to sit here and act like nothing good is going on. There aren't people going to college. There aren't people who are excelling at great things. There aren't great business owners out there. They exist. It's just that now using that opportunity to make more, promote more, and show that, you know, we're just not all in a large rap video trying to brag on what materialistic things that we have, and, you know, we just got nothing but baby mamas, because that's not true. That's not true. That's not the narrative, you know. I'm done for now. So for those of you all who have been subscribed for a while and plan on sticking around from here on out, I thank you. For those who decided I'm done and rolling out, it was a pleasure having you. So as always, be wise. And until I see you guys next time, have a great weekend.